Good morning, dear children. Today we shall start the new topic, phrasal verbs and idioms. First of all, we shall discuss about the phrasal verbs, how these phrasal verbs are formed. So let's start. Phrasal verbs are the combination of verb plus preposition or verb plus adverb or verb plus preposition and adverb both to form a complete unit. Clear? It is the combination of verb plus preposition, verb plus adverb or verb plus preposition and adverb both. Clear? Phrasal verbs are the combination of verb plus preposition, verb plus adverb or verb plus preposition and adverb both to form a complete unit. And dear children, the meaning of these phrasal verbs are completely different from the meaning of the individual words. Clear? Now let's see the example of phrasal verbs. For example, turn on. Turn on. Turn is a verb, on is a preposition. So this is the phrasal verb. It is forming a complete unit here. Clear? And as for the complete unit, its meaning is to switch on. Turn on means switch on. Clear? Then we can see one more example. Get back. Get back. It is another phrasal verb. Get is a verb, back is an adverb. Clear? This is the complete unit made of verb plus adverb combination. So it's a phrasal verb. Its meaning is to resume or to restart. Clear? So, likewise we form the phrasal verbs by the combination of verb plus preposition, verb plus adverb or verb plus preposition or adverb both. Clear? Now, another important thing is phrasal verbs convey very specific meaning that may be different from the meaning of the word when they are used independently. When we use these words independently, their meanings can be completely different. But as a whole unit, its meaning will be a particular meaning, something different. Let's see with the help of example. The same word if we take, this phrasal verb if we take get back. So get back we know it is a combination of verb plus adverb. Clear? So if we see their individual meanings, the verb get means to obtain or acquire something. To obtain something. Clear? It means to obtain or acquire something. And back refers to a return to the time of an earlier action. An adverb back refers to a return of time of an earlier action. Clear? So individually when we see their meanings are different. These both the words are giving different meanings. But as a whole unit, we know its meaning is to resume. Its meaning is to resume, means to restart. Clear? get means to obtain, and back refers to a return to the time of an earlier action. Clear? But as a whole unit, its meaning is to resume or restart. Now, the prepositions or the adverbs that accompany the verb in the phrasal verb are known as particles. Clear? The new term you are studying here, particles. Particles means the adverbs or the prepositions. Adverbs or prepositions which are accompanying the verb to frame the phrasal verbs. Clear? These prepositions and adverbs are known as particles. Prepositions and adverbs are not always called a particle, but when it is accompanying a verb to form a phrasal verb, in that case we call it a particle. Clear? For the same examples, if we write here, turn on or get back. This is the preposition and this is the adverb. We call them the particles. Clear? Then another important thing is about the phrasal verbs. When we change the tense of the phrasal verbs, when we change the tense of the phrasal verb, we do not make any changes in the particles. Clear? We do not make changes in the preposition or in the adverb, but we make changes only in the verb. Clear? We make changes only in the verb. Let me write here the example to make you understand in a better way. For example, I turned off all the lights before leaving the room. Clear? If the verb is turn off. If I have to change the tense of this verb, this phrasal verb, turn off, I will make changes in the verb. Turn off. Clear? Turn off. Changes will be made in the phrase, in the verb. Anything will be attached. Anything can be affixed with verb only, not with the particle, means not with the preposition or the adverb. If you will write, I turn off the lights. If you write here, turn off. If you make changes here, it will be completely wrong. Clear? Turn off. This form is completely wrong. When we have to change the tense, we have to make changes in the verb, not in the particle. Clear? Another important thing to know about the phrasal verb is when we change the particle, their meanings are getting changed. Means when the verb is same, but the particle is getting changed, the whole meaning will be changed, will be different. Let me tell you with the help of examples. For example, if I write here, turn off. Turn off means to deactivate. Turn off means deactivate. Clear? Now, our verb will be same, but the particle will be changed. If I write here, turn around. Turn around. You can see here the particle is changed. Turn around. So, its meaning will be rotate. Clear? If I write here, turn on. Turn on. It means to activate. Clear? If I write here, turn in. If I write turn in, it means go to bed or go go to sleep. Go to bed or go to sleep. Clear? If I write turn up, it means to arrive. So in all these phrasal verbs you can see the verb is same but the particles are changed. And when the particles are changed, the meaning of that phrasal verb is completely changed. Clear? Now, another important thing is about the phrasal verb. There are two types of phrasal verbs. Clear? Phrasal verbs are of two types. Types of phrasal verbs we will study. Types of phrasal verb. One is the separable phrasal verbs and another one is inseparable. Clear? Separable phrasal verb and the second one is inseparable phrasal verb. Separable means the phrasal verbs which can be separated. Clear? We know that phrasal verb is the combination of two or three words. Clear? It can be the verb plus preposition or verb plus adverb or verb plus preposition and adverb both. Clear? When this phrasal verb can be separated. For example, if I write here, I must turn all the lights off. I must turn all the lights off before leaving. Now, in this sentence, if I ask you to find out the phrasal verbs, your answer will be turn off. Your answer will be turn off. So, I must turn all the lights off. Here you can see this phrasal verb is not written together. It is separated. Here the phrasal verb is separated. And the noun phrase is inserted in between the phrasal verb. All the lights is a noun phrase. Clear? Noun phrase is inserted in between the phrasal verb. These kind of phrasal verbs are known as separable phrasal verbs. Separable phrasal verbs. Now, if I write here the example, go on doing the great work. Go on doing the great work. Go on doing the great work. Now, in this sentence, if I ask you to find out the phrasal verb, your answer will be go on. Go on. Go is a verb, on is a preposition. It's a phrasal verb. It means to continue. Clear? So, here we can see this phrasal verb. Both verb and preposition both are written next to each other. Clear? Written together, are not separated. So these kind of phrasal verbs are known as inseparable phrasal verbs. Got it? So in a short I will summarize it. Phrasal verbs are the combination of verb plus preposition, or verb plus adverb, or verb plus preposition and adverb, both to form a complete unit. Clear? Second point is the meanings of the individual words and the meaning as a whole unit is completely different. Clear? If you see the words individually in the phrasal verbs, their meanings will be something else, but as a whole unit, when we will take that phrasal verb, its meaning will be something else. Clear? Another thing is the preposition or adverb which is accompanying the verb to form a phrasal verb is known as particle. Clear? Another important point, when we change the tense, we do not make any changes in the particles, but the verb is changed. We make changes only in the verb. We do not make any changes in the particle. Clear? And the last thing is, phrasal verbs are of two types: separable phrasal verbs and inseparable phrasal verbs. Separable phrasal verbs means which can be separated. Means in between you may use any noun phrase. You may insert the noun phrase in between the phrasal verb. But the phrasal verb which cannot be separated are called inseparable phrasal verbs. Clear? Now we'll start the next topic, that is about the idioms. Now let us discuss about the idioms. Get ready on page number 196. Idioms, like phrasal verbs, are expressions made up of a set of words in a language with a particular meaning. Idiom is also group of words. Clear? And idioms are expressions made up of set of words, made up of group of words with a particular meaning. Clear? As phrasal verb is group of words and it is giving a particular meaning. The same way, idioms are also set of words, group of words which convey a particular meaning. We do not see word by word meaning. We do not see the meaning of all individual words. Clear? But we see the meaning as a whole unit. Clear? We see a meaning as a whole unit. For example, if I write here, once in a blue moon. Once in a blue moon. If you see, the meaning of this will be completely different. Clear? But as a whole unit, once in a blue moon, its meaning is very rarely. Clear? As a whole unit, once in a blue moon. Clear? Its meaning is very rarely. So we see the set of words provide a particular meaning, that is known as idioms. Clear? Part and parcel, if I write. Part and parcel. Clear? It means an inseparable. An inseparable part. Clear? The parts which cannot be separated. That is called part and parcel. Clear? So idioms are expressions made up of set of words which convey a particular meaning. Though the meaning, structure and principles of usage are similar for both phrasal verbs and idioms, but still they are not exactly the same. There are some similarities as well as some differences in phrases and idioms. Phrases are also group of words, combination of verb or preposition, or verb or adverb, or verb or preposition, adverb both. Clear? Group of words we can call them. And they also convey a particular meaning. We do not see word by word meanings. Clear? The same way in idioms also. Idioms are also group of words which convey a particular meaning. Clear? We do not see the meaning of a particular word in the idiom. Clear? But still, they are not exactly the same. Phrasal verbs are verb phrases made by combining the verb as a head with particles. Clear? Now let's see what are the differences. Phrasal verbs are the verb phrases. You have studied already about the types of phrases. In this one, we have studied about the verb phrases, where the verb is the main word. Clear? The phrase in which the verb is the main word. Clear? So in phrasal verbs are also the verb phrases made by combining the verb with particles. You know, made by this verb, phrasal verb is made by combining the word plus particle. Particle means the preposition or an adverb. Clear? So phrasal verb is a verb phrase. Clear? Phrasal verb is a verb phrase. Let me write one phrasal verb here. Run away. Run away. You know, run is a verb and away is an adverb. Run is a verb and away is an adverb. Clear? And in this, the main word is run. The head the main word is run. So it is a verb phrase, and the meaning of this phrasal verb is to escape. Clear? Its meaning is to escape. Understood, all of you? Phrasal verbs are the verb phrases in which the verb is the main word. Clear? Then, if we see idioms, if I write here in the long run, idioms may have a clause or a complex phrase with or without any verb in them. Idiom is group of words. It can be either the clause, it may be a clause, and or it can be a complex phrase which may have the verb in it or which may not have the verb in it. Now, as you know, this is beginning with a preposition. As it is, this phrase is beginning with a preposition, we can say it is a prepositional phrase. We can call it a prepositional phrase, and the meaning of this set of words as a whole unit, set of these words is in due course. Its meaning is in due course or at appropriate time. Clear? In the long run means in due course, or we can say at appropriate time. Clear? So idioms are the expressions made up of a set of words with a particular meaning. Okay? Now always remember the tips. Each word in the idiom convey a different meaning when used separately. Each word is conveying different meaning. In the beginning, as I said, once in a blue moon. Blue moon, once in a blue moon. Ek baar neele chand mein. Isn't it? If we see word to word meaning. As a whole unit, when we see its meaning, it is giving a particular meaning that is very rarely. Okay? And another thing is they convey a particular meaning only when they are used in a particular combination. When they are working as a whole unit, they provide a particular meaning. Clear? So this was about the idioms. I hope the topic phrasal verbs and idioms are clear to all of you. Thank you.